we talked to Stefon yesterday, who was extremely proud of being named a captain, and something that he felt, apprehensive about of how he'd be received here back last year about his reputation. What does it say about a guy who put up those numbers and yet is also considered a leader among that group after 1 year?
Yeah, I mean, you hear things about guys from. I don't know what's been said about him, really, but ever since he's been here, he's been great for us. I tell him all the time he's my favorite number one receiver I've played with. Very unselfish. He cares about working for his teammates, and you see all the hard work he puts in out here. I mean, there's a lot of guys, when they're in that position where, they can kind of take it easy, or they think they're good or whatever, but, he's always trying to get better, and he leads by example.
He said one of his fears, this is his words, he feared he'd be the redheaded stepchild coming in here. That was among his apprehensions, because he didn't know what his reputation would be coming into here. So, and you talk about his selflessness. I mean, what were your first impressions when you saw him? I believe it was probably working out with Josh and folks.
I mean, I love everything about the guy. So he's been nothing but spectacular since he's been here on and off the field. Like I said, he's the favorite number one that I've ever played with. I love playing with the guy. I mean, there's nothing bad I could ever really say about him on or off the field. So he's been awesome to have here. I don't know why he would think he'd be a stepchild here, but he came right in and fit right in. So.
Obviously, you guys had a lot of success last year, but now none of it matters. How, as an offense, do you think you guys need to evolve and maybe take another step?
Yeah, I mean, as an offense, you want to get to the point to where every time you step on the field, you're getting points. I mean, I know that's hard to do, but we come out there with the mentality that nobody's going to stop us, and we're going to score. I think that confidence has built some last year and even the year before, but even more so this year. So, we don't hope it'll happen. We expect it to. So I think that's the difference. And but it's easier said than done. It's easy to do in practice. You got to carry it over to the game.
Is it at all challenging to get in a rhythm when you've got so many different weapons and targets and mouths to feed, quite frankly?
I don't know about that. I think it's easier to get in rhythm as an offense. Maybe as a player, it may be a little harder just because you got so many dudes who can, which is a good problem to have. You got so many dudes who can do different things with the ball. So, there's a lot of targets for Josh to throw to. So, the rhythm as an offense, I feel like we should be all right. As long as we execute and we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, we'll be fine.
The Steelers brought a lot of pressure last year in the December game here. Just kind of, how does that impact? How do you view that? How does that impact? Obviously, you're not playing.
Yeah.
How does it impact your job this week?
I mean, that's really their calling card. They get to the quarterback. That's what they do. They led the league in a lot of those categories. So it's just my job to be decisive and get open fast for Josh and just make sure that he knows exactly what I'm doing with my body language. So just being in the right spots for him and getting there quick.
Is there a sense of urgency, especially you as a veteran who's tasted success, to say the opportunity is now? It may not be next year. We need to embrace it and give it all we have right now, because this may be the best chance maybe everyone has to go get a ring.
Yeah, I've expressed to a few guys that I've never been on a team this talented before, and that's saying a lot. I've been on some talented teams, so you try to bring the young guys along as much as possible, because when you first come in, your mind's in different places. Some guys are just trying to make the team, and other guys are trying to find their role. But as you get older and older, all that matters is getting the chip. So you stress that important to the young guys and try to bring them along. But it really comes down to just staying in the moment and taking advantage of each opportunity that comes.
Let's take two more so we can get Mike in here.
You played with Romo, I think, 4 years, and Dak 3 years. This is your third year with Josh. I mean, can you quantify how much benefit there is to you now in year 3 with the same quarterback.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to play with a lot of good ones, so it's been cool to see one versus the other, and they all bring different things to the table. Some things they can do pretty similar, but I've never really had to adjust much. It's just repetition with those guys and getting them used to my body language. And I told Josh this the other day that he gets the ball to me like way quicker now than he did in my first year out of any option routes that I run. It's like I have a set route and he throws it when I have multiple options. So whereas when I first got here, he would wait a little bit and he wouldn't trust it because we just didn't have that much time together. But now he's getting the ball quicker to me than any quarterback that I've been with. So it's been fun to be a part of and watch him grow.